Don't believe in aliens and never going to land. Don't believe in cryptids that leave footprints in the sand. Don't believe in spirits appearing from the dead. The only demons out there are living in your head. Dream crusher, the Lord of non-belief. If you can't prove it, no one can get ready for the brilliance from a dedicated skeptic. We all know what that means. He's lurking in the shadows and crushing on your dreams. Dream crusher, the Lord of non-belief. If you can't prove it, no one can get ready for the brilliance from a dedicated skeptic. We all know what that means.
Hello, everybody! It's Friday night. Woohoo! I am so excited. I missed you guys. I really did. I missed you guys so much. So much.
Yeah.
Oh, my goodness. 2 weeks without letting loose and drinking.
Friday.
Drinking. It's special. Well, it's special lemonade because I ran out of tea. So it's special lemonade. There's rum in there. How's everybody doing? Oh, it's good to see you guys. I got to put my glasses back on. My weird glasses. These are like my backup glasses. I think I've fixed these a couple times. Like I glued them because I keep missing. I think we have a gremlin.
Yeah.
Because I keep losing glasses. I buy them at like 6 packs from Amazon. 6 or 10 packs, and I keep losing them. So
And they're supposed to be all in this room.
Allegedly they're all in this room. Oh my goodness, there's so many people. Julie, J-D, Julie, Rob, what's up, Rob? Rob was awesome earlier today. He Rob Linklater. I hope I'm saying that right. But he was in Beardo's stream and talking to Jason, and like he was making some nice comments like about me. And I was like, oh, that's so nice. That was cool. That's cool. So thank you.
Thank you.
Well-known skeptics in here. Who else? Devon Zipper. Devon. I like that. Devon. Daniel Reed's in the house. I got a need for Reed. Joe Vitale, Entity 7 Paranormal is in the house. Dawn's in the house. Dr. Deb. Jade Kitten, what's up, girl? Not going bananas. Oh, we're going to talk about you today a little bit. We're going to do our recap. I want to mention you a little bit. Dr. Jim is in the house. Same killer intro video. Thank you. That pumps me up. Look at my hair. I need a haircut. Oh my goodness. Glenda Watt is in the house. Diane. Wow, my gosh, we got so many people. This is so cool. Susan Edwards Stender. That seems like a very proper name. Susan Edwards Stender. Sounds like I have to straighten up when I say that. I don't know why. It makes me want to straighten up when I sit straight. Cat Mac's in the house. What's up? It's date night, Cat Mac. Wisdom. Oh, at the end of the show tonight, I'm playing your song because Wisdom made a song for me, an outro song, and I put together a temporary video. It's not exactly what I want yet, but it's going to be an outro. It's a bunch of videos of all the stuff that I've done, like shows and different videos that I've done. So I kind of pieced it together as like video slideshow kind of thing to go with the music because I want to present the music. But I have ideas. I think I'm gonna make a music video. Never done that.
Yeah, I think we should try.
Yeah, I think we're gonna work on that. We got Bob. Damn it, Bob. Wisdom's in the house. Jody. Oh, I'm saying hi to everybody. I want to make sure I say hi to everybody because there's so many people in
Nancy
here.
Rose,
Oh, where do you see that? I don't know. I didn't see
they're
that.
coming in.
Oh, they're coming in. Oh, I'm going down the list. All right, cool. Oh, there it is. Macy Rose. That's cool. Hi, did you start that special lemonade early? You're chirpy. I get so excited about the music, and that was that the music, the opening music, Fantastic Publishing. I think that she made it for me, and it's just it gets me pumped.
Yeah, it's
Like that
pumping up.
rocker thing, like you don't see it. I should film that once.
Yeah,
Like just have an extra camera on the side because I start headbanging and I'm like, yeah, and then I pay for it later.
His own song.
I do. I mean, I'm still learning the words, but I'm getting there. Debunk the junk. I like that. That's all. They're in the house. Oh my goodness, we got so many people. I think I'm caught up. I am caught up with all the comments. So let's. Oh shit, we didn't even go over the rules.
No.
We got to go over the rules. Let's go over the rules. Right there. I did it. I got the right side. You see that? I'm learning. Rule number 1 is that you are welcome to ask questions. That's what we do here. We learn. This is a learning show. And we don't learn if we don't ask questions. So there you go. I always say it in my lectures because it's I usually go over like strategies for investigating mysteries. And the first strategy is asking questions. And I tell the audience that I have a guarantee for you that if you do not ask questions, I will 100% guarantee you will never get an answer. And I think that's just true across the board. You gotta ask questions.
Yeah.
You gotta. Rule number 2, I don't know everything.
I think you should change your numbers because you can bump up number 4 to number 2 as you're talking about asking questions. You put a Q to there.
Well, I have it at the end so that people remember it the most.
Oh.
Because like I have a problem when somebody starts listing off things, like I completely forget the first 2 or 3.
Oh.
And it's like the last one or the next to last one that I remember. I'm like, all right, what was the first part? That's why I have a notebook next to me. Because even on here, like when people ask questions, sometimes like if I'm doing an interview, if I'm being interviewed, I have to write down because sometimes they do a 2-part question and it fucks me up. Remember, children, there are no stupid questions, just stupid people. Oh, sack baggins. All right. So rule number 2 is that I don't know everything. That should be obvious. If you watch this show, it's obvious. I don't know everything. I try to learn, and that's why I do this show, so we can all learn together. We can all know a little bit more about what's going on in the world around us. Gather around the fire, boys and girls. I'm going to tell a story. Here we go.
Up tonight.
I know. I'm just so excited. Rule number 3 is that we follow the Patrick Swayze rule here. Be nice. That's it. Really. I mean, be nice. Because if you're not nice, Donna over there boots your ass out of here, and you will never, ever, ever watch this show again unless you make another account and then sign on.
Yeah.
Because it's really easy to work around.
We just don't know how to bring it back.
Yeah. Rule number 4 is that if you do have a question tonight, because it is open mic night, if you have a question, put a capital Q in front of it, and that way it helps Donna pick it out from all the other comments and conversations that are going on in the chat room. And the rule number 5, which is the best rule of the Skeptical Help Bar, drink up in my super cup. Oh, that's good shit. All right, let's go. Open mic night. Look at that. I even got a sign. I got a neon sign. It was in our budget this year. But we can only keep it on for a little bit, like till break, and we have to turn it off because it sucks up too much power. Anyway. So, a few things before we get to some questions. I want to do a recap because it has been 2 weeks. 2 weeks. Does anyone else get that reference? 2 weeks. Oh, there's 2. There's 2. No, there's 1. Like Arnold Schwarzenegger. 2 weeks. Anybody get that reference? Put it in the chat room. Anyway, so yeah, the first weekend that we missed, going back 2 weeks now, we missed because our son graduated college. Woohoo! That was good. We're like connected. Yeah, our son graduated and
with honors.
with honors. Yeah, like
Magna cum laude.
is that what? Yeah. I don't say that, but yeah, he did really good. He kicked ass. Did great. The graduation ceremony, I wish was a little shorter because too many old people had to talk for way too long.
Yeah.
Way too long. And when you're sitting on, we're in a gym. We're in a college gym with these hard plastic, like stadium seating, bleacher seating things. And my ass was so sore. When you get like that point where you're like, trying to find a spot where that isn't sore. I'm sure Joe Vitale knows what that feels like. Anyway, that's right. Striking low. But yeah, we got through it. He had a great time, and he had a party. And during his party, which was mostly his friends coming over and them playing video games all day, which was great.
They were actually playing card games.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Were
they were playing Uno. They love playing Uno.
No shit, really?
Yeah.
They played Uno. Wow.
They have different kinds of Unos now, and they were playing the latest one. I forget what it was called.
Okay.
But yeah, there's like 7 or 8 of them down there all playing Uno for hours.
That's cool. And they were having fun. They're yelling and laughing and just having a great time. Oh, I had a burp there. You ever have a burp that like gets stuck like right here, and you're like,
no,
come on, you're trying to get it out. So no. All right. So maybe it's just me. I don't know. So during that party, I was able to sneak away. Not really. I asked because I was bored. I was so bored. I was like, all right, this is his party. He's not paying attention to us. So I snuck away and went to Pennhurst Asylum because they were having their Pennhurst Paracon, and I got to hang out with a few people, and it was really, really fun. And this is where my earlier comment, and I hope oh my goodness, Nat, I'm going to get your nickname. Nat Goes Bananas is okay with this, but I'm going to show because I walked into Pennhurst, so I got there on Sunday. All right, and it was later in the day. It wasn't in the morning. I got there, paid my way in, got in, walked into the first building, and I'm going through this area that's dark. And it's a bar. Oh my gosh, I got to show you. They have a full bar. Woo! It wasn't open Sunday, which sucked. But so I went in there. I go through this dark, big area, and it had a stage for like plays and stuff. And as I'm going into the hallway, I hear almost like a whispering voice go, "Are you Kenny Biddle?" And I stopped, and I was like, "Oh, cool!" And I got to see this awesome person, Courtney Elizabeth, right? Yeah. She stopped me and told me that she watches the show. So now you're on the show. You're on here. Check that shit out. I'm okay with everything. Oh, good. That's good to know. Like a little banana and a rat. So she does awesome work. She has a YouTube channel, I believe. You have a YouTube channel. I have your card right here. Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Nat Going Bananas. And I mean, it's very interesting. She goes after online, I think, child predators. And she mentioned it, and I was like, whoa. I think I was more interested in talking to her than she was interested in talking to me. I don't know. We could have a contest. But as soon as she said that, I was like, oh, wow. I want to learn more about that. That sounds amazing. Amazing. So, yes, that was awesome. What else did I do here? Oh, let me see here. So I met some other people. Let me see if I do this right. There's the Peaches. The Peaches were there.
Some of them.
Yeah, some of them. So Lauren, Dana, and Kimberly, and then Jossie. She was around somewhere. I saw her, but I don't know where she was in this picture. And then I'm sorry to say that her name escapes me. So this lady came up, and she had a book that I wrote. So years ago, I published a book called Lehigh Valley or Haunted Lehigh Valley, and it was ghost stories in the Lehigh Valley area of Pennsylvania. And I published it because a publisher came up and said, "Do you want to publish a book?" And I said, "Yeah." And this was still like on the end of my ghost hunting days and going into skepticism. So I wrote the local ghost stories, but I also insisted on having a section in the back that, I guess the easiest way to say was debunk photographs. So it told you about orbs and ecto and camera straps and dust particles, and it told you all this stuff. And at first they didn't want to do that. And I said, well, then I don't want to write it. And then they agreed. So there you go. So I haven't seen that in years. So it was nice. It was very nice that popped up. What else they do? We're going to have a booth next year. So I know next year, May 17th and 18th, 2025, Penhurst Paracon. That's the next one. It's already scheduled. And I cleared my schedule. I already put it in there. So if you guys are in the area and coming out, I'm going to be there and set up with my CFI/skeptical help booth. And we're going to have some fun.
Yeah.
So then fast forward to last weekend. Last weekend? Yeah, last weekend. Wow, this week went by fast. Yeah. Probably because I wasn't here.
It was Memorial Day, so you got an extra day there too.
Yeah. So I flew down to Raleigh, North Carolina, and I hooked up with the Triangle Skeptics, an awesome group down there led by Jeff and Faith. They're not a couple, they're just partners in this, but awesome people, very awesome people. They had about 8 weeks to organize a conference to get people together. And I was down there. It was me. Who else? Susan Gerbic, Coleman Watts. I'm cheating. I'm reading off my list here. Eric. Oh my gosh. Erica Engelhaupt, Melanie Teresa King, who's been on the show before multiple times. Eric Harris, who is a retired neurosurgeon, I believe. Neurosurgeon or neuroscientist. But he's smart. A lot smarter than me. And then Rob Palmer, and also there was a guy named Michael Cole that did like a lightning presentation, and this was actually really cool. The lightning presentation was going to be 10 minutes, so the rest of us had we had a half hour to talk. We did our presentation, so they had 2 spots that were just these lightning talks, 10 minutes long. And this gentleman, Michael, got up and he was going to talk about his podcast. And his co-host was supposed to be there, but he was at a different event. So the guy started off by telling about his journey from religion. So that's the kind of talk it was. It was like he was a believer, and then his journey from believing in a religion to not believing in a religion. And it got derailed by us skeptics because he made a comment, which was really cool. I don't want it to sound like it's a bad thing, but he made a comment about how he was talking with his I think girlfriend or wife, and she made a comment about seeing an image in your head. Like when you visualize something in your head, I think most of the population sees pictures. Like we see a picture in our head, we can visualize it. And he's like, what do you mean? He had no idea what that meant because he couldn't do it. And there's actually a condition out there, and I forget the name of it. If somebody does know it, let me know in the chat. But basically, there's a condition where you cannot visualize anything in your head. And when he said that, you saw the front row of skeptics, which is all people that I knew. You saw all of us what's that? What's that? And the hands started going up, and it's like, well, what do you do? How do you do this? And how do you do that? And my question was what are your memories like? Because when I start remembering things, oh wait, there it is. Bob's got it. Damn it, Bob. I'm not going to try and say that. Fantasia. That might be it. And it seemed so foreign to me because I was like, wow, what are your memories like? Because all my memories are visualizations. I see in my head things that I've done, people that I've met. When we're talking about somebody, I see their face in my head, and I don't know what a memory is if I can't see it. which is weird. I guess it would be audio. I mean, because I remember music and stuff. Like I can almost I don't know how to say that. Mentally hear music when I think of a song. But like we were asking about, like, do you remember how to get home? Like if somebody drops you off, like at a mall or something, could you walk home? Like visualize the route. And he's like, well, like I know that my house is red only because I've conditioned myself to know that knowledge, like to have that knowledge that my house is red, but he cannot picture what his house looks like in his head. And it was just fascinating. It was really fascinating to me and everyone else there, because I think he was the only one in the room that had. I think there was somebody else. Somebody else said something similar, but it was just amazing. And I talked to the guy afterwards and said, maybe for next year when they do this, like that would be cool to have a talk on that, to get people familiar with it and understand it, because I think it's a fascinating topic.
Yeah, Dr. Jim.
It is similar to folks that have no internal dialogue.
Is it?
Is
I
it?
think it's supposed to be.
Yeah, I don't know, because I mean I have both. I see pictures in my head, I hear music in my head, and I talk to myself all the time, like constantly. I'm in here like, what the hell are you doing? What am I doing this for? I don't know. And yeah, sometimes I have conversations with myself. Anyway, so what else? We did that. Oh, I want to show you another picture. I want to show you because we stayed in an Airbnb, and apparently it's haunted. So I'm going to show you the picture. Wait, that's not what I want to do. I want to do this one. Apparently it's haunted, and this is the picture that we got. We got a ghost. You see that? You see it? I'm gonna do this. There you go. We turned off the sign early. We'll save some money today. But here we go. We got a ghost in our Airbnb. What do you think that is? Any ideas? And
it's like a bunny running up the wall.
Anyone that was there, and I'm looking at you, Rob Palmer, you're not allowed to answer.
Doesn't it look like a bunny?
Does it look like a bunny?
It looks like a bunny leaping, like if you turn your head, like leaping up.
Turn your head where? Like
the long ears.
Not looking at it?
Like he's like walking, like he's leaping up the wall.
All right, yeah, now I see it. Like the legs are on the wall, the front paws are outstretched, and the ears are flowing back because it's going so fast.
Yeah, it's a bunny.
It's zooming up the wall.
It's a ghost bunny.
Looks like a folded towel, a sheet being dropped from the second floor. Looks like someone threw TP in the hallway.
That's what I thought it was.
Someone standing behind the corner threw a sheet. Someone snapped the photo. It's a cat. It's not Casper, that's for sure. Are we witnessing?
Oh, it does look like 0 Bob. You're right. 0 from Nightmare.
Looks like 0. Oh, yeah. So this was fun. And I give Susan most of the credit for this, because Susan Gerbic. But yeah, Rob went up and got sheets, because during the stay, Rob changed rooms, and he went up and grabbed the sheets off the bed that he was in the night before and threw them over the balcony, because there is a balcony above there. And Susan saw it and said, this would make a great ghost photo. That would probably be good. And we tried it. We tried doing it again, like throwing it over the thing and me trying to snap it. But by the time I snapped it, it was like already on the floor. So then we took video, and then I took a screenshot, which gave me perfect motion blur. I mean, that's beautiful, because you can't tell if it's going up or down. And it was just in her purest form. I think she would be glowing a little bit more. Ooh.
Might be sparkling.
Sparkles and a tiara. So yeah, so it is a sheet that was bunched up and then just tossed over the or dropped off the balcony up above. So it does great. Let me show you the rest, because you don't see all of it. There it is. So now you see that there's a shadow. There's a good shadow underneath of it and on the wall. So really cool picture. I really like this. And I put it in the presentation that I did in the beginning and told everyone, gave people ideas or told them to try to figure it out. And they got close. I think I don't think anyone actually got exactly what it was. I think most people were saying like, oh, there was. I think somebody in the chat room here said it, that they were standing to the side, like to the left there behind that wall, and just tossed it up and moved out of the way. Holy shit, it's a ghost. All right, so that's it. I mean, the weekend went really good. I was going to try to broadcast Friday night from down there, but we had a meet and greet Friday night at I thought it was going to be like more of a pub, but then it turns out it was like a food hall. So basically, if you don't know what that is, it's basically a food court from a mall, but without the mall. It's just a food court that's in a building, and it was in the downtown Raleigh, and it was really good. I mean, it was nice. They had a bar in the middle, which is immediately where we all went to, and then we got food. But Jeff from the Triangle Skeptics, and Faith, and oh my goodness, I always forget his name. I feel bad.
Can you write it down?
Faith and her husband did an excellent job of planning this and getting it organized and getting it together, and just it was a good time. We got great lectures. Everyone gave a pretty good talk, and we had a lot of questions afterwards. And then Sunday we went to the Mordecai house, which is supposed to be a very haunted house in Raleigh, North Carolina, downtown Raleigh. We went there looking for ghosts. Ramiro, thank you, Kat. I don't know why. Like, I don't want to call him Ramiro. I feel bad. Like, I look at him and he's an awesome guy. And I keep looking at him and I want to call him George. I don't know why.
George.
I want to call him
Sorry,
George.
Ramiro.
But I don't know why.
George.
So, yeah. We went to the Mordecai house. We took a tour. It was really nice place. But we asked about the ghosts, and the tour guide, really, really cool. She knew 2 ghost stories about it. She told them to us. And then the big one was that there is a portrait of a woman named Peggy that's in one of the bedrooms. And apparently, if you say something that she does not approve of or that's rude, her portrait, it's a little one. It's not like on the wall. It's a little one, but it'll fall off the stand by itself. And so naturally, the skeptics that were there, a bunch of us waited around. The tour guide went out. Everyone else went out, went down the hall, started leaving, and we all stayed and waited until, she was out of earshot. And then we started saying very rude things, which I will not repeat, to see if we could get a response. And then it was really cool. We basically said like mean things, and then everybody stopped.
Like waiting.
And waiting. Like, is it going to happen? Is it going to? No. All right. And then we retired to a pub, and we hung out. We debriefed. I told them the rest of the stories, and then we talked about other things, and that was it. And then I spent all of Monday traveling because my first flight was okay. Rob's flight was delayed. He actually came down, walked down to my terminal, and we went and had a drink. Then he got on finally on his flight. I think at the same time I was getting on mine.
Oh, wow.
And then my second flight was delayed like 4 hours. So I didn't.
No, it was like 2 hours. But you got in like 2 hours later than you should have. It was probably delayed.
It was late. But it was 3 or 4 hours. Yeah.
Every time you said it was delayed, it was another half hour.
It was another half hour, and then I was like, "Oh, hopefully everything's fine." And then, boom! I watched the board changed again. Curse you! But there were thunderstorms. I know there were thunderstorms in Philly because I had to stop there, and then really we had a bad windstorm. That was, oh my goodness! So, we're landing in Buffalo, and the plane's coming down like this. And it's going to the runway, and I'm just thinking out loud. I'm like, we're not landing. We're gonna take back off because the plane's going like this.
Back and forth.
I'm looking out the window, and I'm watching the land go like this, and it's so bad. I'm like, there's no way. There's no way we're doing this. And touch the back wheels. I think we only touched one. And right away, I heard the engines rev up and it right up in the air. And then the lady next to me, she's like, "What the hell's happening? What's happening?" I was like, "Oh, it's called a touch and go." We just touched and now we're gonna go. We're gonna go around and see if we can do it the second time. We'll see. We got 2 more strikes before we're out. But we did land, obviously. Here we go. And I'm here. And that was it. So I came back and been working all week. And now I'm gonna stop talking because wow, half hour I talked.
Yeah.
Let's start some questions because it is, I mean, this is open mic night. Boing. I'm so proud of that. So this is here for your questions. Now that I got my recap out of the way, let's get to some of your questions. Let's get to some of your topics. Let's get into it and see what you guys got this week, what we can talk about. And maybe I'll put the link in the chat if you want to ask your question in person. John Kennedy, what if we put a lowercase q in front of it?
Then I won't get it.
Whoa.
I look for the capital Q.
That came from the source. You got schooled.
I'm only messing. I try to catch them. But it's better if you use a capital Q.
Yeah, it stands out a little bit better. Especially if it's like a Q and like this Q with the
little colon.
Colon, right? The colonoscopy. Jade Kidden, thoughts on simulation theory? 75% of me says no way, but 25% of me says it's at least statistically compelling. So let's get a good definition because I think I know what it is. Simulation theory. It's a theoretical hypothesis. Theoretical hypothesis would be a hypothetical. All right. That says what people perceive as reality is actually an advanced, hyper-realistic computer simulation, possibly overseen by a higher being. This almost sounds like a way to sneak in religion. If you break it down, everything's pretty much a simulation because everything is perceived by our senses and it's processed in our brain, and we construct the world around us in our brain.
Rob says it's simulation hypothesis, not theory.
Yeah. Actually, so yeah, the AI generated, the Google AI says simulation theory, and then there's a book called Simulation Hypothesis, and then Wikipedia says simulation hypothesis. So you're correct. I think you would be correct. Yes. But yeah, I mean, I don't. Maybe it's because we spend so much time in a simulation. Like video games or simulation. When I play like open world games like Fallout and The Witcher and stuff like that, Star Wars things. These are open world games, and it's a simulation where I'm going and like I don't know about you guys, but again, like my imagination is so into it. When I'm playing the game, I am in that world. And then when I stop, it's like I gotta blink and like reset to this reality. So I don't think we're in a simulation. I have nothing to go on with that. I have nothing to base that we are in a simulation. I've not seen anything. I've seen people talk about it. I know it's out there, but I am not well versed in this. So I don't think I can give you a proper answer, but I would say no. I don't know. I mean, let me think. Am I in a simulation? Doesn't feel like it. No. Where's the reset button? I don't know. This is like a simulation. Like what you're seeing is not reality. You're seeing a simulation. Because your computer and all this, your phone, everything is simulating what I look like and what I sound like. Wow,
I
it's
think
deep.
you're thinking too much into it.
I
you're
think
drinking
so.
Too much.
I'm not drinking enough. Oh, I'm taking it light tonight because I have a secret mission this weekend. What was that for? What was that for?
Go ahead. Go ahead.
It's a secret mission. I didn't say what it was.
I know.
Oh, I'm getting a look. I don't know what I'm getting a look for.
I'm not giving you a look.
But I have to get up early because I have the drive tomorrow. So I can't drink too much. Anyway, all right. So yeah, Jake Kitten, I guess the short answer is I don't know. I don't think we are. I don't see anything, or I haven't heard anything, or been presented anything that says yeah we are in a simulation. That would be kind of that would be weird.
Here's another question.
That'd be mean.
It has to be open.
Glitch in the Matrix. This is the worst formulated question ever. Question or something? What? I'm not sure what that means. This is the worst formulated question ever. Question or something? I'm not sure what this means. I don't know if this is supposed to be a joke and I'm not getting it, but I don't know. I don't know. It's over my head. It is over my head. All right. What else? What else we got? Anything? Anything? Rob. I'm not used to seeing two B's, so I'm like trying to figure out like, should I say Rob?
No, it's just Rob.
How was your trip away, Kenny? Did you enjoy it? I love your show, man. Very interesting. Can't get enough of it. Much love to you and Donna. Thank you. I appreciate that. The trip was great. The trip was really good. I did have a lot of fun. My presentation went well, which is always the main event. Like for me, not saying it's the main event of the conference, and I'm saying for me it's the main event because I want to make sure that it's good and everyone enjoys it and understands it and gets their money's worth, even though it's a free event. I still want them to feel like they really got something. So I do work on that constantly, and it's something I've noticed with several other speakers that we're constantly tweaking everything, like even up to the moment before we go on. I was sitting there playing on my laptop, tweaking it as I was listening to Coleman Watts do his presentation. Melanie Teresa King was next to me. She was doing the same thing. She was on her laptop and tablet, tweaking things here and there. I gotta say, Coleman Watts, hands down, the best presentation of that workshop, that event. I mean, he not only had video presentations, like videos throughout his presentations that he synced characters with. He has a theater background, and he was doing characters. He wore little costumes, and he did a full out poem, which was really, really cool, all synced to his presentation. I mean, I was laughing. I was intrigued. I clapped really hard after it was done. So really, really cool. He does a YouTube channel called Think This Through. And make sure you get the right one, because there's another channel that's Think That Through, which I was like, this doesn't look like Coleman. So Think This Through, and go check it out. He's got some really good videos on there, high production value, so really, really cool. And I was just, but it was really good to hang out with everyone. And most of the speakers were in a house. We got an Airbnb for the weekend. So we were all together, and that was nice. It was nice because we got to chat a little bit afterwards and discuss some things. But it was stuck in a house with a bunch of old people,
Including yourself.
including myself. No, I mean the thing with me is, and I don't know if this is like being a snob or not, but I like to have my own vehicle. I do not like to be at the mercy of somebody else.
And this weekend he didn't have it.
Yeah, I didn't have a car because I was they Rob, Don't yell at me, Rob. You guys argued for an hour over trivia. Trivia night, you argued over an hour. And I was like, oh my God, shut up. But yeah, like I like to be able to hop into a car and go where I want to go.
Refined.
Or just go refined. But yeah, I was kind of stuck, and I was relying on rides from different people. And Jane, which is Susan's friend that came along, she gave us a ride some places, picked me up at the airport, which was great, saved me money. Coleman drove some of the things, and then I jumped in with Anthony and Melanie a few times to go around. But yeah, I do like having my own vehicle, just that freedom, because sometimes, I mean, even here, like sometimes I get an idea and I'm like, I gotta go to the store, boom, like out the door, and just before anyone knows, if you're not in the room when I get the idea, you don't know where I went because I just left, and then I'll be back when I get my supplies. So cool, good question, thank you, Rob. An hour. All right. Wisdom. Maybe a little weird. Well, welcome to the show. That's what all our locals are. We are all weird. So you're among family here. Do you think people who experience real paranormal are afraid to admit it, making it hard to figure out if a person is honest about their recount of events? So this is a interesting question, because the idea of real paranormal, like thinking or assuming that somebody is experiencing something that's real paranormal, and I'm going to put them in air quotes because we don't know what's real paranormal. I mean, paranormal is a blanket term, and we've discussed this before. Like, it's a blanket term. It takes a lot, like ghosts and entities and supernatural, and I even throw in like miracles and stuff are in paranormal to me. But do we actually know it's a real paranormal experience? Like, is it an experience beyond what science can understand? And it has to do with an afterlife. That's how I'm going to define this, right? That's how I'm going to put the parameters on it. It has an experience that goes beyond our understanding, and it has something to do with the afterlife. So do we actually know? Can we verify that this is indeed an experience that qualifies? And that's the trick, because I mean, for me, in my investigations, when I look at stuff, even the ones that I wouldn't consider full investigations, like kind of look at this, let me look at this video, pick it apart, and we can piece it together and figure out what's going on. It's not paranormal, but the person that presented the data or evidence or made the submission believed it was paranormal, and to them it was real until we really looked deep into it, until we really investigated and looked at the details, and then we found out that it wasn't. So I mean, that's the first part of the question that I wanted to address, because we can't say if it's real or not until we actually investigate it. And people that do have experiences, I can see how they can be afraid to admit that they had an experience, or they don't understand, because one, it's hard for us to admit that we don't know something, like we don't understand what happened, we don't know how that happened. It's kind of hard to admit it, and if no one's around to witness the same thing, then humans tend to keep it to themselves. You don't want to broadcast that. And then there might be ridicule, depending on your family status, your family like environment. Having a ghostly experience might not be something that will be accepted. Maybe religious beliefs or something like that may dictate that you can't have that experience and that it's bad. I mean, hell, on Three Tortured Souls, me, Dave, and Tim have actually talked about these homegrown family exorcisms. So if I was in a family like that believed that they could, exorcise demons from you, I sure as fuck would not tell them I had an experience, because I don't want to be held down and waterboarded and, tied up and stuff like that because they think I'm possessed. I would definitely keep that shit to myself. So there is a reason to be fearful, and it's an understandable reason. But making it hard to figure out if a person is being honest. So that's another issue, because I've run into it where I've interviewed people and tell them, like, I try to get them to tell me about their experience in their own words, describe it in their own words. And sometimes you get that sense that they're trying to tell you what they think you want to hear. And by doing that, they are not being honest with us and themselves, because they're telling me different descriptions, trying to say, oh, like, that's what I think he wants to hear, so that's what I'm going to tell him. I'm here to investigate. At least for me, I'm here to investigate, to figure out what the hell is going on. So be honest, choose your own words, and if I don't understand, I will ask clarifying questions. At least that's how I'm going to do it. But I can see that how people might not be completely honest, and it might not be. I don't want to say it's deliberately deceitful. They're trying to help you out. They're trying to give you what you want to hear, and by doing so, they might stretch or embellish a little bit, or maybe dial it back and say that it's not as bad as we think, depending on your attitude. That's why when I go in, I'm just like, tell me what happened. I want to know all the details. Tell me what happened. And then we'll go through it, and then we'll go through it a second time, and I'll ask a lot of clarifying questions then, but I already have the story, and I have a basis to work with. So I hope that answered your question. I'm not sure if it did. I kind of went off on tangents there, but hopefully it did answer your question. But thanks. Julie R. Donna, how are you? Donna?
I'm doing well. Thank you for asking.
Oh, that's so nice. That's so nice. It's nice to have her back in studio.
Yeah, just enjoy me tonight, because I won't be here for the next 2 weeks.
What the hell, man?
I'm always on vacation.
Always traveling around. Slacker.
Slacker.
Next week, hopefully, have you seen if Tim's in the chat room? Because I need a producer. Because we got Kev Kerr coming on next week. We have a guest next week. That's good. I don't have to talk as much. It's always good when I don't have to talk as much, And I'm actually excited about next week, because Kev Kerr, if you don't know him, look him up. I've known him for years, but we've never been on any kind of like live streaming kind of podcast or anything like that together. So we've never spoken to each other. We've just typed. So I'm looking forward to actually hanging out with him for a little bit. So, and we share some similar views. So I think it'll be really interesting. So definitely tune in next week. All right. What else we got? Question. Ooh, there's a long one. I got to put my glasses on for this. Michael Stanley Walker. That's a nice name. That's a cool name. I like that. I always like when people have the cool middle name that they can do that. Unless that's like a nickname, like Stanley for Stanley. That's even cooler. I like that. So let's see. Have you seen the glowing locker that the TAPS crew saw at the Crescent Hotel, where the number on the locker glowed and they allegedly saw a specter on a thermal camera? If so, any thoughts? So yes, I did see it. I think that's going back a little bit, right? That's going back a few years. But I believe, wasn't that Grant that was holding the thermal camera, and he kind of turned into the doorway and saw, allegedly saw the ghost or the specter in there, and it freaked him out. So yeah, I do have thoughts, and I voiced those thoughts at the time when that aired, because when you use a thermal camera, sometimes metallic objects have reflective qualities. So he caught his own reflection, and that has been shown like multiple times, where his outline, like his hairstyle, what he was wearing, and everything, it matches up to what Grant was was wearing and how he looked at the time. And I think there's even, when you go back to the episode, when they're reviewing, he changed his hairstyle. So you actually have to go back to the footage of him right before he goes into that room and look at how he looked, because he deliberately changed his hairstyle. Yeah. And that's I have a huge problem with Grant. I mean, I huge problem. I think he was responsible for a lot of the shenanigans going on. Certainly the collar gate. But besides that, I think he created a lot of the big phenomena that happened on that show. So yeah, I do think it was him. I think it was his own reflection and just mishandling the thermal imager, because unfortunately this is weird. Like my chair keeps hitting the desk and it sounds like I'm farting. And I'm like, that's not me.
Raise it up. Can you raise it?
I don't know. No, well, I can't raise the desk.
The arms don't
Yeah.
come down?
No.
That sucks.
What was I going to say? Oh, so this is like a rant that I've gone on before, and I've seen so many TV shows, so many reality shows, and then tons of, hey Vanessa, tons of amateur groups doing this, where they get gear, they get gadgets, Coco Gadget, they get gadgets because they saw it on TV, and they forego any directions, they forego any understanding of how it works or what it does or how to interpret the results, and simply put it into use right away without knowing anything about it. And I think that's what happened there. They were using a camera, they didn't know the properties, they didn't know how to interpret the data that was coming in. Plus, I also have a problem when you use a thermal camera without, well, two things. When you use a thermal camera and you don't have the scale on the side. I don't know if it was in that particular episode or not, but I've seen so many shows take that scale out. And that's important because that scale that's on the side, it tells you what the temperatures are for each color variant. That changes. It constantly changes. It's not something that's set. It will constantly change as they move about the room. So if you don't see it, you don't know how hot or cold something really is. It could really just be a difference between like 1 or 2 degrees and not 10 or 20. And then also the problem I have is that when you don't know what you're doing with the equipment, everything can be sensationalized. It's like so easy. You turn a corner into a room, you point it at a locker and you're looking at the little LCD screen and you scare the shit out of yourself because you see your reflection in the metallic locker. That's why I suggest that you have a visible camera, like a regular video camera running right next to it. Like have a rig where they're right next to each other, so everything lines up. So you can have that image, that reference image to see what it is. Because when you have that colorized thermal camera, sometimes you can't tell shapes. You don't know what you're looking at. So that's a big problem. Most paranormal investigators don't know how to use a thermal. I agree, Joe. Yeah, I mean, it's yeah. The thermal camera scale was on camera, but the numbers were fuzzy during that one specific shot, even on the TV release. But in earlier shots, you can see that anything in the room was only about 4 to 6. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. You know what? I have the DVD collection, so I might look at that later and just check it out, see for myself to refresh my memory. But that's what I remember of that, because I do remember it being a big issue. And I looked it up, and you can find videos where they point thermal cameras down on like when people have tin roofs, the metal roofs, and it reflects the sky. So you're not actually seeing. How do I put this? You're getting the reflected reading from the sky, not the surface of that roof. And it was really cool seeing that because you could see clouds and all that stuff. So that's what I think happened. And I mean, Grant's not really, in my opinion, he's not really known what he's doing. So That's all I got to say about that.
That was a lot.
That was a lot, I know. Because I can't just give you a short answer. That's not how I work. Like my t-shirt? Yay.
People do like your t-shirt.
Awesome.
That was actually a question down here.
Good. I have a t-shirt at a merch store. I used to have one. I think it's still up.
It should be still
it should
up.
be.
Didn't you put that out there? Is that from there?
That's from there,
How did
yeah.
you do that?
I have to look it up because I did one and I had a t-shirt shop going, but I had a bunch of ideas and I think I sold a couple. There were a few people that bought some t-shirts, but it kind of fizzled out and it was too hard to keep up on it. So
I think you still have the link though.
maybe I'll look.
Still...
Maybe do I have it? Is it in the banners?
Oh, I don't know.
No, it's not. No, I used to have it in the banners, but I don't anymore. I'll have to look it up. Maybe during the break, I'll look it up and see if I can find it. All right.
Yeah, break's coming up. You got one? We could do Bob's question.
All right. Damn it, Bob. If you found a genie's lamp, rubbed it. Sorry. I can't get past rub. He rubbed it. A genie pops out and says it will grant you 3 wishes, but the wishes have to be paranormal in nature. What are your 3 wishes? Oh my God. How paranormal? Like I can't. This is why I could never. I don't know if I could do this. Have to be paranormal in nature. I think the Force qualifies as paranormal because you move objects, you can influence people's mind.
I would put that in there.
So yeah, number 1 is I want the Force. Number 2 is that if
he could fly.
Well, I don't know if that's paranormal or
Ghost
not.
Fly.
Okay, we're good. We're gonna fly. And then third one, it would be if I want to see. Such a waste of a wish. Like I want to say, if ghosts are real, ghosts and demons and all these other entities are real, I want to be able to see and hear and communicate with them. But I feel like it's a waste because I think he'd be like, poof, nothing. Bitch. You wasted your last wish. You wasted it. So yeah, I don't know if I would do that. I would say I want to create magical objects.
Thank you, Bob, for the update.
Oh.
Phillies just won.
Yay. Yes. That's the sports. I don't do the sports. That's the sports update. About all you're going to get of that in this
40
show.
40 wins.
40 wins?
Yeah, 40 wins.
Is that a lot?
Yeah, that's good.
Okay. How many games did they play?
They have the best record in baseball.
Oh, well, that's good. All right. I don't know, Bob. Did that qualify?
That qualified. It's Bob.
Donna's like, it qualifies. Move on. Move on to the next question. Yeah, it qualifies.
Let's do a break.
Let's do a break?
Yeah.
We're going to go to break early. All right. So let's pop that one off screen and we will go to break. I will see you guys. Everyone go. You're going to be able to go pee and then go get another drink and then come back in about 4 minutes and 9 seconds from now.
And now for something completely different.
Welcome, my fellow skeptics. Welcome, one and all. I am the chief investigator. Oh, come along, old chap. We will have a ball. Now, if you will excuse me, it's time to open the mic. Good night. Good night. Can you get over me? Investigating's my game, and I will have at it. Quid pro quo. As the head of this committee, hunting for ghosts can be shitty, but there is nothing better that I know. I am a skeptic through and through. I question everything, don't you? Let's open the bar and ask some questions, alright? Maybe you will day, good day. Kenny Biddle's the name, goes hunting's the game. I won't let anything get in my way. Too many fakers out there, too many chefs, too many toe tappers, none of it makes any sense. I am a skeptic through and through. I question everything, don't you? Let's open the bar and ask some questions, alright. Maybe you might find an answer or two. Who knows? There may be ghosts in the machine, but trust me, I am not so keen. I prefer to see these things clearly, not in 144 P. I am a skeptic through and through. I question everything, don't you? If you don't think I am right, let's open night night. Yeah, yeah. I am a skeptic through and through. I question everything, don't you? If you don't think I am right, let's open mic night. Yeah. If you have an answer or two, let Kenny Biddle solve it for you. Let Kenny Biddle solve it for you. The one and only Kenny Biddle. Kenny Biddle. Kenny Biddle. Kenny Biddle.
Ba-na-na-na-na-na-na-na-na. All right, so I found it. Put the link in the chat room. There it is. Scientific Skepticism by IMKD.
Take the open mic night thing off. It's messing up.
Oh, okay. All right, give me a second here. Boom. There we go.
There you go.
There we go. There's a skeptical help bar. And some other things. Cite your sources. Actually, I got a bunch on there. The Ouija boards only work because you push the planchette. I like that. Skeptics, follow the evidence wherever it leads. You know, there's a bunch on here. Token skeptic. I have that shirt. I wear that sometimes. I'm the token skeptic. So there you go. I put the link in the chat if you're interested. I mean, it's no big deal. I really don't push this. Worldwide shipping? I don't know.
Good question.
I don't know. I think they have like, oh, there's leggings too. I had leggings on there. I think there's a warehouse like in the UK somewhere too, because I think people have bought shirts before and they ship them from over there. So I don't know. Hey, look, I don't know.
It's on the t-shirt.
It's on the t-shirt. I don't know. A perfectly acceptable answer when in fact you do not know. I love that shirt.
Well, there, while you're in there, see if you can. I guess you don't have an address to put in.
No, I'd have to figure out where it's going. It's been a while since I've done this, so yeah, you're right. Just noticed the photo of three of us in Free Thought in Action came in. Oh, cool, nice. Oh yeah, Free Thought in Action. That newsletter came out. So the other side of us. Let me stop sharing this. The other side of CSI is CSH, and that's the Committee for Secular Humanism, and they put out a newsletter called Free Thought in Action, and you can sign up for it if you go on to the CFI website and look for the Free Thought in Action newsletter. It's actually, I have it right here. I think I do. There it is. Look at that. Free Thought. It's got a crossword puzzle on the back. I was so excited. And I'll show you the picture of that. Oh, there you go. There's the picture Daniel was just talking about in the chat room.
That's Eric behind the wall.
Yeah, Eric behind the wall, Daniel Reed, and me. That's cool. All right. That was fun. So yeah, hopefully you saw the link. If you're interested, like I said, I don't really push it because I don't know. I don't know why I don't. Maybe I should start doing it.
Yeah,
Maybe I
you
should go in
start
there,
pushing your-
figure out the
Design
passwords and all
more.
that stuff. Yeah. I mean, I used to just sit there and when thoughts came into my head, I was like, oh, I'm gonna make a good t-shirt. I do that all the time. Like I did one at the conference this weekend. I'm sitting there and I said it. I think people were talking about like sometimes skeptics can be a little pushy when they're more cynical than skeptical and this and that. And how do you approach people? And we were talking about approaching people with different beliefs. And like out of nowhere, I'm not thinking, I'm like, well, we're skeptics. We're not assholes. And Melanie wrote that down.
Yeah.
So I sit down later and she's like, she pushes her notebook and she's like, that's a good quote. I was like, oh, that's good. That will look good on a t-shirt. So I think we're going to make a t-shirt.
There you go.
Yeah.
We can add that to the
I'm
collection.
gonna clean it up a little bit. So I don't want to just I don't like having like curse words on my shirt, so I'll put like a-holes. I have the Avengers t-shirt that looks like the Avengers A and it says a-holes.
Yeah.
I like that. So I'll do it that way.
Yeah, that would look
Yeah,
good.
I think that'll be cool.
Put a little nerdiness in there.
John Kennedy, still love my shirt. Great quality. Good. I'm glad you like it, man.
Yeah, we haven't had any trouble with the quality.
Yeah, I had. Well, there was one guy that did reach out and said that his shirt faded.
Oh, really?
Like it faded, and I don't know. That's the problem with this, is that like I don't fix any of the problems. Like this isn't me. I'm just designing
we
them.
don't make
It's one off. I don't
Yeah.
make them. I don't deal with that. Like if there was a problem with it, but it was only one, and I know a bunch of people like the Paranormal Peaches. They all bought. What'd they buy? Which one did they buy? They bought a shirt. Oh, Token Skeptic.
Oh, yeah.
They all bought the Token Skeptic shirt, and they love them. They've worn them a bunch of times.
Is
So
there a Damn It Bob shirt in the store?
we should do that.
I think we need one, Damn
Wait.
It Bob.
No.
We made it.
Yeah, we made that.
Made that shirt, Bob.
We made that.
But we can put one out there if you would like it.
Damn it, Bob shirt. Did I
I
ever tell you, Bob?
A lot of some of Kenny's shirts I make.
Yeah. Yeah, some of them not, because I'll come home with an idea. I'm like, oh, this would be a great shirt. Can you make this? and I have like a drawer full of t-shirts that I bought from like Michael's or whatever.
Yeah.
I have a whole bunch
colored
of
shirt
blank t-shirts that are just ready in case I have a
an
say.
idea.
Yeah. But I was at a flea market, like an indoor flea market once, and I had my shirt that says "Damn it, Bob" on it. And I remember the lady coming up. She looked at me. She looked down and she starts laughing. She's like, "Who's Bob?"
We had to explain.
Damn it, Bob! You got me again. But she liked it. I told her like you were a friend of mine, and you also watch the show, and you ask crazy questions, and I'm always like, "Damn it, Bob!" So I'd rather just put it on a shirt and point to it because I'm lazy. Oh. All right, "Damn it, Bob" shirt.
Did you write that down?
Yeah. She would do like an Eric behind the wall one too.
Oh yeah.
Get you know what? I wonder if I can hire Celestia to make like a caricature of,
Oh, that'd be cool.
of Eric
behind
behind a
wall.
brick wall or something like that.
Behind the bookshelf wall.
Yeah, that'd be cool. All right, let's get some of these questions out. Oh my God.
Okay.
I hate not being able to see. Sort of Ricken. Am I saying that right?
Yeah.
He did give me permission.
Yeah.
That I could say that. All right. So nice. Hi. Waving to the missus. Oh, look at that. How do you think Kenny would do in a 4-mirror walled room just to himself for 24 hours. Furniture and just music and one very old Reader's Digest.
How do I think he would do? Oh, wow. Put Kenny in a mirrored wall. I don't think the mirrors would bother him at all.
No, because I'd be like, so,
Yeah.
how you doing?
So the mirrors wouldn't bother him if you. I mean, you gave him one Reader's Digest, he'd probably skim through it, but you gave him music, so he would be fine.
I'd be doing my own videos. I'd be like, what's up?
Yeah, you gave him music.
Yeah.
Now, if you didn't give him music,
Then I'd be
he
like, my first thought with that. So for me, I'd be like, well, 4 walls,
mirrored walls.
mirrored walls. Like, what kind of reflections can I make? Can I do this real quick?
Yeah, Kenny can do that for 24 hours.
Whiplash, because I'm like trying to see myself.
If
Like,
you gave him a camera, that would be pretty cool.
yeah. Ooh, that'd be interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah. Especially with the flash and a laser pointer.
A laser pointer.
Ooh. All right. So yeah, and I mean, Reader's Digest. I read Reader's Digest. I used to.
There's a
I
whole
still
bunch of
have.
it downstairs.
I have a bunch, yeah, because once in a while. So I have a Reader's Digest from, oh my God, I think it's from the 90s or 80s. 80s? I think it's from the 80s. And it's the stories published by the owner of the house in New York. That's the legally haunted house in New York, the one that you hear about the Ghostbusters case. So the reason that she lost the case was because she wrote to Reader's Digest and wrote the stories that she had heard about her own house. And the guy that was going to buy the house that then wanted out of it because his wife said, no, I'm not staying in a haunted house. Like, used that as evidence saying, look, like it's they said it's real and they didn't disclose that. So I'm not saying that. So I have an original copy in one of the display cases out there. So you can read the stories. It's pretty cool. All right.
Yeah, here you go. You looking at me?
You looking at me? You looking at me?
Can't even be doing that for 10 hours at
Yeah.
least.
Yeah, it's amazing the shit that comes out when I'm bored. You looking at me? If I'm in here, like it's rare that I'm in this office bored because there's always something to do. But if I find myself like waiting on like return calls or emails or information to come in, and I'm just sitting here, I can get into a lot of trouble.
You're saying that the t-shirt that you're wearing is not there.
So if you go on, let me see. Let me go back here. Let me share this so you guys can share in my Quest. No, that's not the right button. I think they changed the buttons around because I'm sharing different things now. All right, so let's see. So 1, 2, burden of proof, skeptics, page 3. Show me the data. My superpower is solving mysteries. I have that shirt too. Token skeptic.
Did you see it out there?
I did see it. Never stop learning. Look at that. And remember, like, I think all these shirts, this is just this is showing you
the color.
Yeah, you can pick colors and sizes and what you want. Scientific skepticism. I know it was on there. There it is.
So what page was that?
So this is page 7. Page 7.
And then you can buy whatever
there it is.
kind of t-shirt you want. That's why there's a few out there, and then you can pick what colors you want.
You can pick the colors.
I think Kenny's wearing the brown one.
Because he wears the brown pants.
Dark chocolate. It's
There you go.
chocolate.
Dark chocolate. You want some dark chocolate?
I like dark chocolate.
How about the black kraken? Oh boy, we have too much fun. All right, so there it is. Let me see if I can do this. I'll just copy the link,
To that shirt.
put that in here, and see if that works for you guys. Let me know. if it works or not. Hopefully it does. I don't know. And then yeah, you can go down some other products. There's the hoodie too. I like
Yeah,
the
because
hoodie.
there's women's cut too in there. If you don't like
Yeah.
the high collar, I don't like that high collar crew neck shirt. So I made them put women's shirts out there too.
Right. Yeah, I was trying to get like a lot of different kind of thing. Oh, what's that? Accessory pouch. Oh, there's a cup. I should get a cup.
Oh, that would be pretty cool. You know, buy
Let's
our own
see.
merch.
Yeah. I like that. Yeah, because I got a couple ideas that I've written down. I need to get it back in here and start playing around with it
Updating
again.
it a little.
Yeah, update it and see what's going on. And I haven't been in this account for like probably, well, at least 2 years because I haven't touched it since before we moved up here. So
Oh, yeah.
I have no idea what's in there and what's going on. All right. Hopefully that worked for you guys. And let me know if it doesn't. And I will not know what to do. And I'll try to figure it out after the show. All right. So
Okay.
I see we got a bunch of questions. Yeah.
here's a question.
Dr. Jim,
It's a quick one.
is this the correct link for the speaker Kenny mentioned? Think this
Think
through.
this
I
through.
think so. Let me check real
Think
quick.
this through.
Let's see. Think
He has
this
at
through.
Think this through.
Yeah, I'll tell you as soon as I get there and see him. There he is. Think this through. So I'll show you so you see exactly what I'm looking at. I love sharing screen. I love technology. There you go. So that is Coleman Watts. Super nice guy and great speaker. Awesome speaker. So, oh, and wait, there I am. That's me. That was a year ago. I was on his show. We talked about ghosts and stuff like that. But yeah, please check him out. Actually, yeah, at Think This Through channel. So I think
Yeah, he
that's
got that
okay. He
right.
got it right. All right, good.
All right, Dr. Jim, you got it
You
right.
got it. You got it. You got it. You got it.
Here's a question for you.
Kathy Lee. Kenny, you don't have memberships button. It is a certain amount of subscribers needed to get that. You should for sure when you can. So here's the thing. I don't think I can. I have to talk to my boss about this because this would be something I think, and I'm just going off an idea here. I actually don't know. But if I do take memberships, then that allows people to do things like super chats and stuff like that. And because I work for the Center for Inquiry and CSI, like they pay my salary. So basically, they pay for me to be here now. So if I were to be able to allow that, I'd have to make sure that it's funneled into my budget, because that's deals I made before. I can't do extracurricular activities in the same genre like skepticism and get paid outside of this work, because that would be a conflict. That's like working like a plumber, being a plumber and working two different companies, getting paid by both companies. You can't do that. I mean, you can, but
you know,
they would frown upon it.
Even if it was able to funnel through your budget, that'd be good.
Yeah, I mean
That would allow you to do more things.
It would actually offset a lot. Like I wouldn't have to rely on them so much. Yeah,
you can actually get a rental car when you go places.
Help support me help me get a rental car on my trips. I feel weird doing that too. Like I see, and I understand. I want to preface what I'm going to say with I understand that we all need help as a community. Sometimes we need to come together and help each other, and I'm all for that. But then I also see people that abuse that system, where it's like, oh, I want to do this. I want everyone else to pay for like something that they need, and then you see like a month later they're on a cruise to like the Bermuda Triangle, like they're on this big expensive cruise when it's just like they got people to donate like $20,000 for something, and you shouldn't be doing that. That's flaunting. That's saying, oh, well, I don't have to worry about it. I'll get somebody else to pay for it, and I'll just spend my money on things I want to do.
Right.
So I always feel weird asking for money. When I had my Patreon before I started here, like that was specifically. Sorry, I just launched spit.
It missed me. So.
I had it specifically to pay for StreamYard for the subscription. That's all I was intending, and I made enough to pay for that,
Right.
and that was great.
That was perfect.
Because that helped bring content, and I was doing extra content for the people that signed up, which is gret. But now the CFI pays for subscription. Oh, I'm getting it. Let's wrap it up. Kind of thing.
We're
All
not
right.
doing a 3-hour show.
Why
today,
not?
Bob.
You've been off for 2 weeks. You owe me 2 hours.
Oh, no, I don't. You don't pay me nothing, Mr. Riddle.
I pay you with love.
Oh, yeah. You better tack on some extra loving then.
Stop making me laugh. All right. Tina JT. That's like a rapper's name. Tina JT. If no real paranormal, how would you explain an old barn door style slide lock on a door, having the little handle lift, slide over, doorknob turn, and door open? All right. So this is a good example. I can't give you an explanation because what you're giving me is a very condensed, very narrow field of view here. You're giving me very little information. I don't know everything that's going on in the background, what's involved, who's there. There's way too much to go on. And I'm not trying to be mean here. I don't want you to take it that way or confrontational. But this question can't be answered. And it's not because ghosts are real or ghosts aren't real. It's because there's just not enough information. This is a very, very tiny question with a huge lack of information. So I can't answer this without a lot more, knowing a lot more. And when I say real paranormal, yeah, I mean, there's explanation, because this is a scenario that I see over and over and over again. People will come to me with videos or pictures or audio or experiences and say something like, there's no way. I would love to go deeper into the experience. I have been spending decades trying to figure it out. I mean, we can talk. If you want to email me and send me like an entire, like the background on it, feel free. I will look at it. I won't get to it this weekend because I'll be away. I won't be back in the office until Tuesday, but you are welcome to send an email there with all the relevant information. And even if you don't think it's relevant, include it, because details matter. In every investigation, details matter. Reacher said that. But yeah, I mean, it's there's so many times where this kind of situation has come up where you're giving a very limited amount of information, and I'm not saying this is how you're approaching it, because I think you're being very polite and sincere here. But in most cases, I get, well, what about this, and this? Explain that, Mr. Skeptic. And it's like, explain what? Like, there's nothing to explain. You gave me a very tiny little story here. I need more. So
Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you for reaching out, and I look forward to hearing from you and digging a little bit deeper into this. Maybe we can figure it out together. That would be great. That would be really awesome. All right. Whew, we're doing good. Rob. I'm just going to do that. That's totally your nickname, Rob. I love it. Do you believe that time travel is possible? Of course. I mean, we travel through time constantly. We're constantly going forward. That's the problem. It's just one way. Going back is the problem.
You're
But
flying.
we-
Time travel.
Ooh,
Time travel.
damn.
Happens all the time.
Divine Donna with the words of wisdom over there. So I mean, we experience. So first of all, time is, it's a human construct. It's not something that the universe cares about. We care about it. We set it in motion. We put these rules of time on us. And we're traveling into the future. We are constant. Like when we started that question, that's now in the past. We are in the future now from that question, and we're continuing to move there. So we're traveling forward, But to put the brakes on or to do a U-turn, which Daniel Reed insists he can't do.
Again,
I'm
need
sorry.
to get rental car. Going on vacation. Sorry, Daniel.
I'm sorry, Daniel. I love you, Daniel. Apparently they don't do U-turns in West Virginia. I don't know. But yeah, in order to go backwards, that's the real trick. And I mean, it's then you run into the problem. What would happen? You know, now you're introducing. Oh no, you're introducing and what is that? An unregulated element into the past, into the time stream. Now you have all kinds. Like, how do we go Avengers time travel? Do we go hot tub time machine time travel? Like, what do we do there? I don't know. Back to the Future, which wouldn't work. So, good question, but I don't think it's possible.
Okay.
At least not with my limited knowledge. Ian, let's see. Is the term afterlife the best to use? It almost conjures up religious ideas of something after death. I mean, that's how I use it. I use it. The second part of your second statement there is how I use it. I don't have any religious connections with that. The afterlife is something that it's a world after life, because this is our life. And when we die, life is over, at least here. What happens after that point, I don't know. Some people believe that they know. Some people think that they know. I have no idea. But I've never associated it with religion. Like if somebody brings up like heaven or hell or like the underworld or Valhalla, then it's like, you know, it's cultural, it's religious, you know, and that. But I think afterlife is more just let me look up an actual definition. Afterlife.
I don't think afterlife is strictly religion only. What's it say?
So afterlife, it says in some religions, life after death. And then number 2, the later part of a person's life. Interesting.
The later part of a person's life.
So when you're old, it's your afterlife.
No.
I'm in the afterlife now.
No.
I made it. And I'm communicating from you from the afterlife. I don't get that. I mean, that's interesting that it's and that's Google. That's coming from Oxford Languages. So Merriam-Webster says existence after death. Wikipedia, purported existence in which the essential part of an individual's stream of consciousness or identities continues to live on, and such. So yeah, I've always associated it with just that time after your life. No religious connotations at all. It's just, it is what it is. So I would use it. I mean, I'm going to use it because I'm taking it back. I'm going to use it. That's my word.
Use what?
Afterlife.
Oh.
I'm sticking to it. I'm taking it back. Get that reference? Anyone get that reference? Anyone? Let me know in the chat.
Taking it back.
All right. Kendra, right? I said that right. Kenny, what do you do on your downtime? I'm sorry, I don't know what that is.
He's never down.
I do not know what. So do you ever stop moving?
That's what his downtime is.
I do.
Video games.
Yeah.
Or he's a YouTube junkie.
So even that's not like downtime. Is it downtime? What is downtime?
Downtime is when you sit on the couch and you're just chilling out.
What is downtime? Tell me, Google. What is downtime? Time during which a machine, especially a computer, is out of action or unavailable for use. time during which production is stopped, especially during setup for an operation.
When you're not working.
So when I'm not working. But see, like YouTube, most of YouTube for me is work because I'm learning about things. I'm learning about different things. I'm watching, like I just watching Beardo, watching Side Eye Guy, watching like Joe Vitale, and like Paranormal Seekers and stuff like that. These are shows that I'm watching because not just for entertainment, but I'm learning how they are looking at videos. So I like getting other people's perspectives because, I mean, other people see things differently, and I like to learn that. But I also watch a lot of how-to videos on different things.
Yeah, here, Daniel reads it when you're watching that guy restore the old.
So yeah,
church.
yeah, or the
That's your
chateau,
downtime.
the chateau, yeah, Escape to
Rural.
France is a great channel on YouTube, and I watch that. That's my downtime because that guy's working and not me. I'm watching him work.
Yeah.
Restoring this chateau. So I like that. But yeah, most of my downtime is usually, I play video games. I get in, like I'm playing Fallout 4 now, and I just love it. I get so into it. But like I said earlier, like I get into it. I'm not just playing the game. I'm in the game because I'm staring like this. And I realize that I don't blink a lot because I think I'm just staring so hard at everything and just in the environment. That's my downtime.
That's
but
downtime.
I don't, I mean, but when I run out of the game, like I don't play a lot of games. I play one game at a time.
You go to the flea markets, yard sales.
Yeah,
That's
I do that. That's downtime. And then I hang out with friends. You know, whenever I get this past weekend when we weren't working, it was hanging out with friends. You know, just sitting around, chilling, talking about stuff. But even that, like we were talking about work most of the time. You trading ideas. Like, oh shit, when Melanie and me get to talking, it's like we're like, oh, this idea, bouncing ideas off of each other. So really, really a lot of fun. But do I ever stop? Yeah, sometimes when I pass out.
Yeah,
You know,
he doesn't stop.
I try not to. All right, good question. Boo Productions. I watch his videos too because I like seeing what he does. How's Mountain doing? Question: Are you working on any new equipment debunks? Am I? Currently, no. Wait, am I? I'm gonna look around.
No.
Because sometimes I start things and I leave it because I get distracted. Squirrel.
Yeah.
But I know there's one coming my way. It's going through other people first, and then I'm the last to get it. So I will be working on one. If you have something in mind, let me know. Or if anyone has a piece of ghost hunting gadgetry that they don't want anymore, and you're curious about it, reach out to me if you feel like donating it for science. I will gladly take it and take it apart, or after I try it, after I play with it and power it up and stuff like that. But no, I currently don't have any gadgets that I'm working on. There is one that I do want to, so I can tell you real quick. The coffin music box thing that works on a sonar type sensor. I found the sensor. I know exactly what sensor is being used, and I want to buy that. And I need someone to help me attach it to the, I guess, circuit board. I don't know the electronics part of this, so I need someone to help me get it set up so that I can make it work. But that would be awesome. I'd love to get that and test it because I have some ideas, and I have some. After researching a little bit, I know that there are some issues, and I want to see if I can exploit them and make it go off. So, there you go. That's what I'm working on. Not much. Mike James.
Mhm.
Kenny, surely you'd only have 2 wishes because something happening after giving a genie lamp a rub. It's a wish come true. Wow. Oh boy.
Let's just say
Cheers, man.
boom.
Boom. Tick, 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 boom. All right. Julie, what do you think of the skull experiments reports. So I read them years ago, and I don't find anything interesting about them. As far as I'm concerned, they were done. It was basically saying we're going to test a magician, but he's going to be in his own stage, like on his own stage, like his own theater in his and he has control over everything. And I believe that's. Let me make sure that that's what I'm talking about, because now suddenly I have doubts. That's not what I want. Come on, Google, give me what I want, not what I type in your search bar. So the skull experiments, life after death, reading a remarkable book, yeah. The skull experiments. Come on, just tell me what I want. Damn it! It's not giving me. I believe I think I'm all right. Yeah. So basically they were testing some mediums to see what they were doing, but the tests were in the medium's own like seance area, like their room, where if it was rigged, it was rigged, and the controls were not as tight as they should have been. So I don't see any validity to those reports, because it was just you don't do that. You don't let a magician have open access to their own stage and their own theater, because if you're trying to test them and prove that they're not tricking you, that's not the place to do it. And because they did, that invalidated the entire testing phase. So I think it was a waste of time, because they did not insist on proper protocols. And if they did, I think it would have turned out much different. But because they didn't, it wasn't a good test. It wasn't a valid test. It was letting people get away with cheating and all sorts of trickery. So there you go. That's the short version. Again, it would be more detailed. I'd have to read up on it again to give you specifics, but that's my general opinion of it. So I hope that answered your question. All right. Damn it, Bob. Do you have a Divine Donna shirt? I don't. But I'm writing it down right now. Divine Donna.
That ought to be interesting. I can't wait to see what you come up with there.
Yeah, I don't know. I have to think about this.
Uh-oh. This watch is going off.
What's been the best? What?
It's going off.
The watch is going off?
Yeah. Is there an alarm?
Oh, there's an alarm. Oh, I turned it off. I bought a watch at a flea market. Guy said it worked. It just needed a battery. Doesn't need a battery, because you can see like the digital part works, but the analog part doesn't actually keep time. So
Kind of sucks.
it sucks. It only costs $15, but hopefully, I might take it to a watchmaker, because I don't know why. I just felt like wearing a watch and not like one that connected to my phone. But we'll see. I'll take it, see if I can get it fixed. What's been your best experience on a ghost hunt? The ones that end with going to the bar. I mean, that's so my best experience. I can say that I have not had a legitimate experience that I would consider paranormal. So I think that might be what you're looking for, and it just hasn't happened. Back in my ghost hunter days, yeah, I would have interpreted a lot of experiences as paranormal or, supernatural or otherworldly or weird. But nowadays, it's just more analytical. I look at things differently. I have a lot more knowledge than I did back then. Still not enough, but I have a lot more than I did. And I can recognize things a lot quicker. And when I don't recognize them, which is, it give or take, 50-50, maybe, depends on the experience. But when I don't recognize them, it's full stop. And I go into investigative mode and I try to figure out what's going on. So, I mean, that's usually really fun to me. I really enjoy the investigative part, testing ideas, testing hypotheses, and just going through the motions and trying to figure it out. one of the best experiences was actually at the Hinsdale house that I went to about 2.5 years back. Went there and I did a video on it for the Center for Inquiry YouTube channel, where I went to the Hinsdale house and I caught someone cheating at table tipping. They were holding a seance, and I was able to show and demonstrate that they were pushing the table. And I thought that was really cool because I've never been to one. I've never been to a table tipping event, and to be able to do that and show on camera what was going on and describe it, I thought was really cool. In the South, after a ghosty walk around, we go to Waffle House.
There you go.
I love Waffle House. I don't care what anybody says. I like Waffle House. Let's go. We should go to a Waffle House. Maybe there'll be one on the way tomorrow to my destination, my secret destination. And I'm going to stop and get me some waffles.
Okay.
With a hash browns smothered and covered. Num, 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 num. Entity 7 Paranormal Joe Fatale. What you got going on? What you got going I gotta talk Kenny? Like Joe. What you got going on in September, Kenny? What do I got going on in September? I don't know. What do I got going on in September? Let me look. Let me look at my calendar. Let me put my glasses on so I can see my calendar and then tell you what I have in September. September, first weekend, the 6th and 7th, I will be in at a Bigfoot camping weekend. I'm speaking at a Bigfoot camping weekend with Eric Altman. He's running it. It's in like Western Pennsylvania, Southwest Pennsylvania area. So it's a campground. I think it's called Benner's. Is that right? Do you remember that? Benner's. Yeah, Benner's campground. I'm gonna be there talking Benner's or Brenner's. I'm not sure. Speaking, but that's all I have on my schedule for September. Why? You got something cooking? What you got? What you got?
Are you ready to bang through some questions?
Yeah, let's do some. Oh, what time is it? Oh shit, 1:43. We're there. Let's do lightning round. Okay. Let's go. Wisdom. Have you crossed off anything in the book of Kenny?
No.
Oh shit, have I? So yeah, I did. There's one, there's two, there's three, and actually, there's. Oh, I can do that. I can do that. Look. There we go. I crossed another one off because I forgot to cross it off. So yeah, I have like 4 or 5 things that I crossed off my list. So you can see that there's some spaces, not many. Because when I usually when I do erase something, I immediately fill it in with another project because can't stop. All right, is it off now? Maybe it's possessed. Maybe I can put it in my display case and be like, look. Oh, it's beeping more.
I know.
There we go. I think that did it. I don't know. If it goes off again, we smash it with a hammer.
Okay.
It's only $15. All right. JD Sword, what's up, buddy? Have you seen any new gadgets or inventions that have hit the market recently purporting to detect ghosts, whether EVPs or movement? So like the main one that I've seen becoming more popular is the coffin with they call it the ultrasonic sensor in it. And I've seen more people using that, but it's really expensive. I mean, I think it's like $200 or $300 or more for one of those, and it's just not. I mean, I don't see it being worth it because keep in mind, everyone that's watching this, if you are into buying equipment and stuff like that, and if you're not, then I apologize. But if you are, think about the products that you usually buy off the shelf in stores, regular stores. There's product testing, and they go through the motions, and they have to show there's quality control, there's consumer reporting. You have to show that the product actually does what it's advertised to do. When you have ghost hunting gadgets, that's not the case. They can say whatever they want. They can say it communicates or that it ghosts communicate through this somehow, with energy. Like, stop saying with energy, because you don't know what the fuck you're talking about. That was a little rant. Sorry. But there's no product testing. There is no proof. There's no data to back up what they say. So when they're charging $200 or $300 or $400 or more for a gadget that they claim is communicating or detecting or capturing a ghost, if they say it without saying it might, if they don't have those buzzwords in there, they're lying to you. They're actively deceiving you. So I think it's dishonest, and I don't know exactly what they're doing, but they're stealing money from you. So I haven't seen anything lately that's come up and just said, hey, like, this is the newfangled thing, this is the new fad, whatever. I haven't seen anything that just popped up. I usually see just someone building stuff with 3D printers, and they're putting the same guts into a different body. That's what I usually see. They might add a light or two, and it's like new and improved, which is weird because it's either improved or it's new. It can't be both. All right, I'm getting it. Come on. So I hope that answered your question, JD. On the Julie R. Julie R. We're gonna do a pirate thing. Is Kenny going to be here next week? I don't want to miss him, but I'm going to Boston for a few days. So I will be here next week talking to Kev Kerr from Kev Kerr Paranormal. I'll be here talking to him, and hopefully I'm going to reach out to Tim Vickers. He's my backup producer. Also, I'm going to have no. I almost thought Aaron was going to be here Friday, but he's not.
No, he comes.
Aaron, who's been on the show a couple times, he's going to be here next Saturday. He's coming up for a thing, but he won't be here Friday. I tried to get him up here Friday night, but he couldn't take off. He just got promoted.
Okay, ready?
Yes. She's like, come on, let's go. Jeffrey Funk. If you have access to a 3D printer, what would you make? I would make so much stuff. That would be so bad because I'd be watching TV or video games or a movie, and I'd be like, oh, I want one of those. Let me go online and see if there's plans.
Yeah, that's the one thing we haven't gotten yet.
Yeah, that would cost a lot of money.
It'd be fun though. I think we would have fun with it.
I think I should requisition my boss. We need this because we need to like make things.
Maybe
here.
if we get enough funding through the thing, we could use
buy some t-shirts.
Yeah, buy some t-shirts.
Buy enough t-shirts. I can buy a 3D printer.
My watch is going off again. Where's my hammer?
Oh my god. I don't know how to turn this off. All right, next question.
Kenny, how do you feel about doing a spoof film called Escape from the Future?
I might be down for it. Interesting.
Okay, keep you down. Moving on.
Yeah, let me know.
Kenny, do you drive a muscle car? You look like the kind of guy that would have one. What's your dream car?
1964 and a half Mustang.
He had it, and he...
I didn't have that.
No.
I want a 1964 and a half cherry red Ford Mustang. I had a later model Mustang, and then I had to go sliding on some water and slam into a tree. That was fun.
Okay,
so there you go. That's my dream car. But I don't drive a muscle car.
No.
No, I drive a Kia. Do you think laser grids are good for investigating? What's your downside to using laser grids? To be honest, I think laser grids are a complete waste. It's a complete waste because in order to see them properly, you need to turn off the lights, and now you are sufficiently decreasing your visual range, and to put on dots on the wall, which if you just, the basic idea is that if a ghost walks through the area, it's going to reflect the laser light and you'll see it, but it's reflecting the visible light. So with that concept, all you have to do is turn on the regular lights, and if something you did walk by, it'll reflect the visible light from the light bulbs. You don't need a laser grid. I think the concept of that coming out, it's a waste of time. I have one. Actually, I don't have it here. But yeah, I don't waste your money. if you already bought it, I would say don't waste your time. To be honest, they're not good for investigating.
Okay.
John Guy, hey man, haven't seen you for a while. How many different kinds of alcohol have you tried for science this year? I would say at least 17 different kinds of rum, depending on where I go. Yeah.
You've tried 17 different kinds.
Different
already?
brands, yeah, different types, yeah.
That's a lot.
Well, not like I drank the whole bottles.
Oh.
No, I from gifts and
okay.
from traveling and stuff like that, like buying different things. I mean, where you are, and it's June 1st is tomorrow, so
Yeah.
it's been 6 months. That's not bad. Just trying little bottles here and there.
Okay. 17.
Michael Stanley Walker. What was James Randi like? What was it like meeting him? I'm a big fan. Flim Flam is my favorite book. I mean, this book. Yeah, like that. So meeting him was really great. Super nice guy. What you see on TV is the persona, the TV personality, the public persona that he put out, and he had to be tough. So, I mean, because he was getting a lot of claims and people making outrageous things and people just believing him. So he had to be as tough as they were in order to combat what was going on. But when you met him and you got to know him, sweetest old man you ever knew. I mean,
yeah,
so
sweet. Really sweet.
The first time I met him, he gave me a hug. We sat together for one of the lectures at SciCon, and I had a chance to chat with him. He signed my copy of Flim Flam, and it's very sweet. And then I would see him. We saw him like 3 times, I think, 3 years.
I think 2. The one he was sick.
Yeah.
He didn't make it out.
And it was great because the last time, he was in a wheelchair, but he still he remembered me, and I was like, I only met him once before, and he remembered me, and I was like, that's so awesome. So I do miss him. He was a really awesome guy, and I wish I had a chance to get to know him more before he passed. But yeah. Damn it, Bob. If you had $1 billion, what is the one thing you still would not buy? A ticket to Zach Baggins Museum.
Yeah, are you finally done with that? You've been through it.
Yeah, I've been through it twice. There's shit there. So yeah, I wouldn't buy that. What else would it? Broccoli.
Broccoli? Did you say broccoli?
Yeah, I hate broccoli. I would not buy that at all. And I probably would not. Well, no, I would probably buy that really expensive bottle of rum.
What you wouldn't.
I know. But I thought like at first like I wouldn't buy that, but yeah, I would. But yeah, that's it. Moving on. Getting pushed ahead here. Soda Ricken, have you researched the haunted and the historic history of the Chelsea Hotel in New York City yet? Maybe to investigate the haunted. The haunted. What is the haunted?
The haunted Chelsea Hotel, I think he's saying. The haunted.
Oh, the haunted. Okay, yeah, I read that it's 2 different things. Okay, good. I have not yet. But if it's in New York City, I will not go there. I hate New York City. I hate going there. I hate the traffic. We've been there a couple of times, and it's just a nightmare. So I just will avoid that at all costs. So I might never get there unless I can have somebody drive me, because I don't like driving in New York City. I don't know if that sounds like weird, but I don't like it. I got there for the Ghostbusters firehouse. That was worth it.
Yeah, we've been there enough, I think, that unless there's a reason to go back.
Chelsea Hotel. But I put it on my list here so I can look it up and see if it's worth it or worth. I mean, it really depends on the claims being made if it's worth going out. So I'll let you know. Thank you for bringing that up. Julie R. That's how I'm going to say your name. I like giving people nicknames like that. Which is more likely, Bigfoot or ghosts? Bigfoot. The reason why I asked, oh, wow. I hear there might be a big collab going on in September. I heard about that too. earlier today. So I'm totally in. I'm totally up for that. Let me know, and we can work out some details. So that would be interesting to do. I won't say anything yet. Kathy Lee, my sister has your dream car, Kenny. It's blue though.
We would take a blue one.
She has a 1964 half Ford Mustang. Oh my god.
Kenny's in heaven.
I have the scale model in a case, in like a special presenting
Boom case.
Yeah, and it sits on my shelf in my
The red one.
man cave basement. The red one.
I bought that a long time ago.
I know, it's beautiful. I look at it and think, rum, 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 rum.
Weird.
You're weirder. You married me. Rob, Kraken rum is good. That's right. It is good. I love Kraken. If you want to get on my good side, meet me at a conference and bring me a bottle of Kraken. It can be the small one. Don't spend a lot of money. Just get the small one. Damn it, Bob. What is your favorite podcast outside of skepticism or the paranormal world? For me, it's the tie between Neil deGrasse Tyson's and Chuck Nice's Star Talk. Oh, that's a good one. I like that one. And Scott Barry Kaufman's The Psychology Podcast. Do I listen to any that are outside? I don't know. I don't think I do.
No, Kenny's kind of stuck when he does listen to podcasts. It's more
Yeah, it's skepticism, science,
skeptoid,
Squaring the Strange. I mean, they're all even Neil deGrasse. I mean, he Star Talk brings the science,
I like
and
Star
there's
Talk.
skepticism in it when certain things come up. So, I mean, I still consider that, because I do scientific skepticism. That's my blanket category. So I include all that together. I don't think I listen to any. Yeah, I don't listen to any that aren't in that genre. There was one that I used to listen to that went through. They were going through every episode of Leonard Nimoy. Leonard Nimoy. Oh my God, I'm having a brain fart. No, not Unsolved Mysteries. In Search of.
Yeah.
They were going through every episode and like breaking it down, but it definitely set the skepticism. So I don't have an answer. There is none. That's what I listen to. And I don't drive much anymore, and I don't have time to listen to podcasts. So when I do go on road trips, I'm catching up. So I'll catch up tomorrow.
Yeah.
Hint, hint.
Be on a roll tomorrow.
I'll tell you Monday.
Yeah.
I'll tell you
that'll be
next
for
week what I'm
Write
doing.
that down.
You'll see pictures by Monday where I'm
Write
at.
down the podcast that you listen to.
Yeah.
And tell them next week.
Okay. All right, we good? Did we
Yeah.
make it? We did. We made it. Look at that.
Yeah, unless anything just popped up. But
You sure?
if
You don't wanna
if
go for
we
another
could
hour?
Just, cut it off at 9:45 for questions.
I don't
'cause otherwise,
wanna
you're
cut
not
it
going to get in.
Because I want to give the people what they want.
Kenny likes to talk.
I do.
So I'm sorry if I missed any out there. I'm kind of going back real quick now, but
Are you ever coming to Canada? I've been to Canada like several times.
where in Canada?
Niagara Falls and
No, I mean, where do you want us to go?
oh, Toronto,
Katmai.
Katmai.
If you invite us up, we'll come.
I want to go to Toronto. I heard there's cool things there to do, but I want to look it up. But I have been in, where is that? Edmonton.
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 Wait, say
I'm
that
sounding it out.
Oh my
Damn it.
gosh.
Edmund. You see, you're saying it with an E, not an O.
There's an
You're
E
saying
there.
Edmonton. Edmund. Edmon. Edmonton.
It's my accent.
Alberta, Canada. How far is
Way
that?
out west.
I think that's kind of far from us. Way out west. Yeah. Let me see. Well,
Maybe if I
I'm
can
going
get
out.
to go to Alaska, we'll come visit.
Yes, that's a little far.
Oh yeah, it's closer to like.
It's closer to California.
How about, is it closer to British Columbia?
Yeah, it's right next to it.
Oh, I've been to British Columbia. It's beautiful there.
Oh, I wrote the quotes that make the young girls cry. I write the songs. Forget the words.
Oh, you've seen Billy Joel.
No, oh, Barry Manilow, right? Wait, yeah,
Oh yeah,
Barry
that's
Manilow.
Barry Manilow. I'm sorry, my
I
bad.
write the songs. I write the songs. All right, Giggles. I live in. Oh, Giggles lives out. Adrian Hill. Okay, I think we're done. Are we done? Are we done? Should we close it out? Rob wants another hour.
No, another hour. No. Kenny's got an early morning.
You know what? We might do a 3-hour show next week.
Yeah.
Because Donna's
let's go
not
for
here.
next week.
And Tim is usually pretty cool with just hanging out. And we'll see. We might do a 3-hour show. Depends on, because Kev Kerr, I can't guarantee it because he's over in the UK and he's already starting at 1 a.m. So
Right, it's going to be a late
yeah,
night for him.
yeah.
Kenny is a fan of Low.
Are you a fan of Low? What's that? Oh, a fan of Barry Manilow?
Yeah.
I am. Copacabana. All right, let's close out the show. All right, people. Let's see. Announcements. Some announcements. I got a secret thing coming up.
Still didn't put the announcements up?
I got a
Bob?
Bob's Squid. I do.
update
Wait, no, I don't. I got a
You didn't update it?
Squid Game Bob's announcements, but I don't have it up on screen because it changes all the time.
Well, you got to update it.
So next week, like I said, we're gonna have Kev Kerr on the show. We're gonna talk to him. It's also it's a painting weekend next weekend. We're doing some renovations down here at CFI. We're the employees have taken over. We're making our own museum here. That's basically what's happening. we commandeered an entire section of the building, like not just an office, but an entire section, like a huge section. And we're going to paint it and clean it up. And we already cleaned it up. And we're going to paint it and we're going to turn it into a museum. So I need you people to come out and visit so that I can show my bosses, like, hey, look, people will come. If you build it, they will come. Let's see. After next week, the 15th and 16th, actually the 14th, I'll be down in West Virginia, in the Grafton County area of West Virginia, doing the Grafton Monster Festival with Daniel Reed. We're going to be doing that. I'll be down there the whole weekend hanging out with him. Daniel Reed's giving a talk. He's doing a presentation at the Monster Festival, which is really cool because it's a monster festival and they're letting a skeptic do a talk. So I'm excited to see what he has to do. I got a box of milk duds so I can start throwing them at him when he's doing his presentation. So I'm excited for that. And then we're going to hang out. We're going to research this Grafton monster stuff. I already started doing that, and I found some like old newspapers and stuff. So I'll be writing up an article or doing a video for that. What else? I got after that. Hopefully, I can do a show down there. So Daniel, if you're up for it, if we can set up the internet down in the hotel, maybe you, me, and Tim Vickers, if he's going to be there, it's Friday too. We can do a show live from West Virginia. So I might have an accent. I don't know.
They might not have internet down there.
I mean, they don't do U-turns. I don't know if they know what.
I don't know about internet.
What is this interwebs?
You might have to do dial-up.
Oh my God! The weekend after,
Sorry, Daniel. We love you.
I'll get there. There's a couple things coming up. If you're in the Buffalo area, July 20th. We are planning, and we're supposed to have it's called a skeptic camp. So it's basically like what I did last weekend, and a bunch of speakers get together and we do presentations throughout the day, and it's free to the public. We're doing it here at the Center for Inquiry in Buffalo, New York. There's going to be me, Tim Binga, who else? Tim Redman, who has been a speaker here before. He's also been on the show, and there's several other speakers. Susan Gerbic will be up here doing a talk. there's going to be a few of us just doing this. So if you're in the area, come on out. And then September 6th, 7th, and I think 8th, I'll be in at this Bigfoot camping weekend with Eric Altman. I'm looking forward to that. I'm the token skeptic during this, speaking about Bigfoot, and I haven't come up with my presentation yet. I don't know what I'm doing, except that I'm going to start off by going, I'm not your enemy. Please leave your guns in your truck. Don't come after me. And then, of course, October 24th, 27th, SciCon 2024 in Las Vegas, Nevada. I'll be out there doing I get a 2-hour workshop.
Wow,
All myself. I'm hosting the entire workshop myself, which is great. We're going to go over so much information, and maybe do some experiments. Hopefully, I gotta look at the fire code
Yeah, so
for
if
the
anybody
building.
can come out there, that'd be great.
Yeah, if you can come out to SciCon,
See you.
it's so awesome. Damn it, Bob, come on out. It's your birthday. We'll celebrate. I'll get you a cake with a girl that pops out. And that's it for now. November 2nd and 3rd, Para Unity in Woodbridge, New Jersey. We'll be at that conference set up. I'm going to have my Skeptical Help booth set up and out there. So if you're in the area, come on out. With that said, we are out of here. Have a great weekend. Have a great weekend. Be kind to each other. Be curious. Be skeptical. Never stop learning. And I will see you next week. Oh, shit.
What?
If you're interested, I have the new temporary ending. It's going to be long. It's 4 minutes long. What happened?
Oh, I took off the
Oh,
script
okay.
off.
It'll go away. Yeah. So I incorporated the song that Wisdom created for me because he created an outro song for me, and I love it. I think it's great. It is long, and there's videos that go with it, video clips. So if you're interested, stay with it, hang out. If not, no big deal. But stay with it because it's a cool song. But then, yeah, I'll see you next week. And
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Hey, diddle diddle, here's a little riddle. Who's the best debunker? Is it Kenny Biddle? Oh, he's good, not just a little. Not at the bottom or even the middle. Strike a chord like a fiddle. Tasting the rainbow like a skittle. That's fragile and brittle. You can watch him take a problem and start to riddle the problem away. He does not play. He takes his job so seriously. He loves a challenge and won't turn you away. It's such a skeptic. He keeps those believers exposing the fake. It wouldn't take him long to find a needle in hay. Use a magnet, damn it. Now take a drink of Kenny's specialty. Someone may say that's not for me. To each their own, won't really will be. Man, Kenny's such a skeptic, drinking skeptical tea. Like and subscribe, everybody turn notifications on. And go watch his show and forget about this song. Mr. Wizard or Bill Nye the Science Guy. Can you remember? You like Kenny better, so head to the Skeptical Help Bar and meet the bartender. Pick up a drink and relax, cause nobody does this better. Not even close, not even a little. He's the one and only Kenny Biddle. Kenny Biddle. At the Skeptical Bar, number one, you're welcome to ask questions. But remember, number two, I don't know everything, but we can learn together. Number 3, we follow the Swayze rule. We'll be nice, focused up, or dumb, or we'll boot you out on your butt. Capital Q before questions for me or my guest. Drink up, participate, and have fun. This ain't a test. Kenny Biddle. Kenny Biddle. Kenny Biddle. Answering all the questions that are burning. Preaching to you that you should never stop learning. Never stop learning. Never stop learning. Kenny Beetle, answering all the questions that are burning. Preaching to you that you should never stop learning. Never stop learning, never stop learning.